there is a fair chance that each of us has seen either some or the other animated series during our childhood. Cartoons also play a huge impact in shaping us as individuals and have the potential to make a significant impact on our lives. Some of them are just for fun and to make us laugh, with weird scenarios to treat our childish imagination, whereas some simply teach us life lessons. Nickelodeon played a huge part in most of the 90s and 2000s kids' lives. Not only did they broadcast a lot of good cartoon shows during these decades, but they ended up becoming a huge part of life, with merchandise and running for several years. With time, live-action adaptations were also created for some of them, which gave the now adults a chance to live their good old days. Let's have a look at 15 original Nickelodeon cartoons that impacted our lives as well as changed the cartoon scene forever. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Real Monsters, 1994. Have you wondered how monsters can scare humans? Are they born with it or someone teaches them? Well, you'll be amazed to know that before Disney's Monsters Inc., there was Nickelodeon's Monsters Academy in their 1994 animated series called Real Monsters. Situated under a city dump, the main purpose of the school is to train the monsters in how to frighten humans. Oblina, Ickis, and Crumb are the three monster friends who are training to be full-fledged monsters. Ickis is a red monster, small in size, and comes from a family of loomers, the ones who loom and grow in size to scare humans. Oblina belongs to a wealthy family and has black and white stripes on her body. To scare humans, she reaches within herself and takes out her inner organs. She can also shapeshift into terrifying forms and can stick her finger inside humans' ears to induce nightmares in their sleep. The third monster friend, Crumb's special scaring technique is his eyeballs. They are not attached to his body and have to be carried in his hands or mouth, and are kept in a glass of water at night. Additionally, his armpit stench is also used to scare people. The series became so popular and a huge hit. That is why it was nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award in 1995 for Outstanding Achievement in Animation.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
SpongeBob SquarePants, 1999. If you are from the 90s or later, you must have come across SpongeBob at least once in your life. If you have not watched the series, you either owned it as merchandise or saw it somewhere in the shops, because this iconic animated series is just that popular. SpongeBob SquarePants is a sea sponge who wears pants and lives in a pineapple with his pet snail Gary under the water in a place called Bikini Bottom. He is a very optimistic character and has a starfish best friend called Patrick Star. SpongeBob has a job at the local restaurant Krusty Krab, and his biggest goal is to obtain a boat diving lesson from a diving school, but he always fails. Every episode is an adventure with the two best friends, along with other members of Bikini Bottom. This series is one of the longest running on television that started airing in 1999 and has turned into a multimedia franchise due to its immense popularity. It has created merchandising revenue in billions for Paramount, has 3 feature films, 2 spin-off series, 4 additional upcoming films, and multiple video games, and the animated series has been renewed for a 15th season now. SpongeBob has several awards to its name, such as 6 Annie Awards, 4 Emmys, 2 BAFTAs, and 20 Kids' Choice Awards. Do we need to give you any more reason to start watching it if you haven't already?
Here we go.
Hey Arnold, 1996. Hey Arnold started airing in 1996 and had a total of 100 episodes till 2004. The series revolves around Arnold Shortman, a 4th grader, who lives with his grandparents. They live in a functional city in Washington, and the episodes focus on dealing with urban life and fun and silly encounters that Arnold and his friends face. The fun thing about the series is that many episodes are focused on other supporting as well as minor characters too, and not only on Arnold. The success of the series led to the release of a television film in 2016, which picked up from where the series ended and answered the unsolved plot lines. CatDog, 1998. If you are a cat and a dog lover, then this series is for you. In Cat Dog, you will get both a cat and a dog in one. No, really. They are one animal in two. Premiered in 1998 and ended in 2005, Cat Dog is a series about conjoined brothers, one part being a cat and the other part being a dog. The series follows the silly adventures of two species in one. Just imagine the misadventures and fun when two different personalities have to live and do everything together. Despite being best friends, they have to do things that are not in their personality, like the dog, who is impulsive and always wants to chase after cars and trucks and explore, whereas the cat, on the other side, does not want to get involved in any such activities, but is left with no choice. They live in a town that is dominated by anthropomorphic animals and some humanoids. Cat Dog was nominated for several awards, such as the Kids' Choice Award and Annie Awards. Doug, 1991 to 1999. Doug is an animated series that started premiering in 1991 and had its finale in 1999. The series revolves around an adolescent boy, Douglas Funny, who has moved into a new hometown called Bluffington. He writes his everyday incidents in a journal and narrates them, followed by some imaginary dream sequences. The series showcases some important topics such as bullying, self-esteem, rumors, trying to fit in, and platonic and romantic relationships. Doug's journal is his autobiography, where he writes everything that has happened to him over the series. His family include his father, mother, sister Judy, and pet dog Porkchop. They have to move to a new town due to his father's job promotion. Doug also has a crush, Patty Mayonnaise, whom he tries to impress in several episodes. In 1999, a musical stage show by Disney premiered titled Doug Live at Disney's Hollywood Studios. A theatrical film was also released in the same year, and a video game for the series was released in 2000. Along with these, Doug also inspired comic books that were published from 1997 to 2002 in the magazine Disney Adventures. Roccos Modern Life, 1993 to 1996. Rocco is an Australian immigrant anthropomorphic wallaby in America. His friends are fellow animals, a faithful dog, Spunky, Philbit, a neurotic turtle, and his steer, Heifer. They live in a fictional town called O-Town, and every episode is based on their surreal lives. The show was controversial because of its satirical social commentary, innuendo, adult humor, and double-meaning jokes. However, despite it all, Rocco's Modern Life has gained a cult following till now, even though it ran from 1993 to 1996. The popularity of the series led to the release of merchandise, as well as comics published by Marvel themselves. They published a 7-issue series on Rocco's Modern Life in 1994, containing stories different as seen in the show. The Angry Beavers, 1997. Before the Angry Birds, there was Nickelodeon's The Angry Beavers, which premiered in 1997. The series followed the adventures of two beaver brothers, Daggett and Norbert Beaver. The brothers moved out of their parents' home and are living together in the forest as bachelors. Norbert is the older brother with a difference of just 4 minutes between the two. He is highly opinionated and has straight solutions. Meanwhile, his younger brother Daggett is childish, sensitive, and gets angry easily, which might be because of the way he is treated by others. Norbert, being the smart one, abuses Daggett. There are several other characters in the series as supporting cast, aiding the daily adventures of the brothers. The Angry Beavers received positive ratings from the critics and went on to have 4 seasons with 62 episodes in total. Rugrats, 1991 to 2004. Rugrats is the second original animated series by Nickelodeon that comes under Nicktoons. Premiered in 1991, Rugrats ran till 2004 on television. It follows 4 toddlers named Tommy, Phil, Chucky, and Lil. Have you ever wondered what the day-to-day life of a toddler would seem like? Then this series is for you. Even the most mundane experiences become life's greatest adventures for our protagonists in their imaginations. Tommy Pickles' house is the main location for all the adventures. The babies all have babysitters whom their parents rely on when they have errands to run. They are Stu, Dee Dee, and Grandpa Lou. The series mostly focus on how the one-year-old baby sees the world from their perspective. The names of schools, cities, and addresses were shown differently because a baby would not understand the concept of locations. The popularity of Rugrats encouraged the makers to release several theatrical films that were also huge hits just like the series. There were also several spin-offs and reboots, and new characters were introduced along with merchandise and video games. But that is not it. The series has been nominated for various major television awards and won several of them, including Daytime Emmys, Kids' Choice Awards, Annie, Emmy, and Genesis, among others. The Ren and Stimpy Show, 1991 to 1996. The Ren and Stimpy Show is another animated series that was in controversies due to its sexual innuendos, dark humor, violence, shock value, and adult humor. It aired for 5 seasons from 1991 to 1996 and had a long-lasting impact on television, developing a huge cult following. The series is about a Chihuahua dog named Ren, and the common belief for this species of dog goes, Ren was an emotionally unstable and psychopathic dog. Stimpy is a Minx cat who is dim-witted but good-natured. The series is the third one from the original Nicktoons, along with Doug and Rugrats. Although the original series had adult humor, the revival was also created especially for adult audiences in 2003, called Ren and Stimpy, Adult Party Cartoon. However, only 3 episodes could air for the same before it got cancelled due to negative reviews and production delays. Another revival was announced in 2020. Marvel Comics also produced 44 issues of the Ren and Stimpy Show.
Odd parents, fairly odd parents. Is that you lit when you were a kid with fairly odd parents?
The Fairly Odd Parents, 2001 to 2017. When we were kids, we often wondered what it would be like to have a fairy godmother who would grant us all our wishes. Well, in The Fairly Odd Parents, 10-year-old Timmy Turner lived this dream. He did not just have a godmother, but godparents named Cosmo and Wanda. They used to grant him wishes so he could solve his everyday problems. They came to save him from his miserable life when Timmy's parents neglected him and his babysitter abused him. However, the wishes usually seem to backfire, and Timmy only has to come and save the day by fixing everything. But this always results in him learning a lesson. The episodes followed Timmy's adventures in school, around town with his friends, and sometimes with his parents. Later in the series, Timmy wished for a baby from his godparents, and they granted that wish by having a child called Poof. Also, when another girl moved into town, Timmy had to share his godparents with her because of their shortage. The success of the series prompted a revival, live-action films, and crossovers with Nickelodeon shows such as Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. Avatar: The Last Airbender, 2005 to 2008. Avatar: The Last Airbender is another one of the most popular animated series across the world. Although it is an American series, the show is set in Asia and Arctic regions. Unlike Nickelodeon's other shows, the series belongs to the fantasy genre, where some individuals have telekinesis powers where they can manipulate one of their 4 elements: air, water, fire, or earth. However, there's just one individual who has the power to bend all the elements, and people refer to him as Avatar. He's the one responsible for maintaining harmony among the 4 nations of the world, controlling different elements, serving as a link between the spirit world and the physical world. The series is centered around Aang, a 12-year-old boy who is the last surviving boy of his nation and is the current Avatar. The series was a huge global success, garnering positive critic reviews, and was praised for its cultural references. It also portrayed important themes in the cartoon such as genocide, war, free choice, imperialism, and others. The series has various awards to its name, such as Annie Awards, Primetime Emmy, Kids' Choice Award, and Peabody Awards. It has been regarded as one of the greatest animated series of all time, and has turned into a franchise with several live-action films, novels, and recently released live-action series. Invader Zim, 2001 to 2004. We also have a science fiction animated series on the list, Invader Zim. The series is centered around Zim, who is an extraterrestrial and belongs to the planet Earth. Like any other typical alien, Zim's mission is also to conquer Earth and enslave humans. He has a robot servant, GIR, that usually malfunctions. Since Zim is the antagonist of the series, we have Dib as the protagonist. He is a paranormal investigator and tries to stop Zim from succeeding. Zim disguises himself as a green human child and attends a local school where Dib is his classmate and the only one who can see through his disguise. Dib is always mocked by his peers whenever he tries to expose Zim's real identity. Despite being cancelled after 2 seasons that aired from 2001 to 2004, Invader Zim still received prestigious awards and monthly comic books of the same name and a Netflix film released in 2019. The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, 2002 to 2006. Usually, the animated television series becomes the inspiration for the film, but in this case of The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, it's the opposite. The series is based on a 2001 film, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and is a CGI-based animation style that aired from 2002 to 2006. It was the film's direct sequel and had 3 seasons. Jimmy Neutron is an 11-year-old boy who is a genius. Belonging to a small fictional town in Texas, he goes on adventures with his friends where they face mishaps and conflicts. Jimmy is a scientifically minded boy who creates inventions and uses them, and they go awry in their adventures. The series has received prestigious awards and inspired a spin-off based on one of his best friends, Sheen, titled Planet Sheen.
He's a phantom.
Danny Phantom, 2004 to 2007. A superhero animated series is the next on the list. It's Danny Phantom, the series that first aired in 2004 and ended in 2007. The series follows a teenage boy, Danny Fenton, who had an accident with an unpredictable portal. Once he decided to explore a ghost portal created by his parents because they wanted to create a parallel world where ghosts and humans could reside together. When he was inside the portal, he activated it, and his DNA changed, turning him into half human and half ghost. He received several supernatural powers such as flying, invisibility, and intangibility. Danny used his superpowers to protect his town from ghost attacks with the aid of his human best friends. Danny Phantom received positive reviews and multiple prestigious awards throughout its run. It also inspired video games, toys, and several other merchandise.
Watch it, Donnie!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2012 TV series. Lastly, the latest show amongst the iconic Nickelodeon cartoons is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Most people are aware of these characters either from the animated series or the film franchise. The series started in 2012 and ended in 2017 and ran for 5 seasons. This was the 3rd series in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. The story started when a ninjutsu master, Hamato Yoshi, encounters members of Krang, an alien race. He's also traveling with his 4 pet turtles. During the encounter, the 5 of them come into contact with a chemical that causes physical transformations. Yoshi turns into a brown rat, whereas the turtles are now human-sized with human characteristics. They start living in the sewers where Yoshi raises them as his sons and teaches them skills of ninjutsu. After years of learning, the turtles emerge from the sewers as they are teenagers to fight evil plans of Krang. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of the biggest franchises with multiple series, live-action films, video games, and comics to its name. They have also many merchandise, and the Turtles are loved by every kid who has come across this series. Marvelous verdict. Now that we are back from the nostalgia trip, did you notice how much of a huge impact these shows created in your life? They either fueled your imagination, made you feel seen or heard, or taught you valuable life lessons. Even if you haven't watched any of these, watching them for the first time now can only be a fun and light watch. It is a common misconception that animated films and series are only for kids. I don't believe that this is true, because we get to see such creative imagination in the plot lines, series and come across such interesting characters that made-for-adult shows do not really have. Anyway, how did you like this trip down the nostalgia lane? And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.